right. Hello, everybody. We are going to be doing a mock bingo party training. So, you guys all have joined, I believe, the Facebook group I did. And basically, for my posts, I use Visily, and all of my posts are in Visily. I can just connect Visily to the Facebook group I create and set it up, press start, and Visily will post them all at the times I've determined. Um, so my like welcome post, I typically do on a Thursday. The Friday is when the posts with the jot form to get their party packs and that information posts. And then I don't have anything else really post until Monday. And then depending on the host and their schedule, my schedule, I usually do the bingo on either Thursday night or Friday night. So we go from to Thursday or Thursday to Friday with my first initial welcome post to bingo, just depending on schedules. And that usually gives me enough time for them to get their party packs. If I give them the deadline of Sunday night to fill them out, and then I have them pretty much packed, ready to go, and I can mail them out on Monday. And usually by Thursday or Friday, they have them in their hands so they can look through the catalog and smell. Even if they get them a couple days later, um, we don't close the party right at the night of bingo. I always say, Alex is doing great and has decided to keep her party open for 2 more days. So, like, it's a surprise. It's actually staying open, but all along, like, me and my hostess knew it was staying open. Um, but you can see what I have scheduled. And then I just have a couple other posts that I don't have scheduled in the Visily just because I want to I don't want to forget to change them. So my warmer and scent of the month posts, I just make that post because I don't ever want to have to forget to make the change and have like the scent and warmer of the month from 3 months ago post because that would be really bad, especially if it was something that was popular and sold out. If we have any LTOs or any other specials like a harvest collection or Christmas collection or a join special or something like that that is like random, don't know is coming. Obviously, I make those posts once I find out about them. Um, and then the day of bingo, I do two posts. One is a poll, and ask them if they would rather do bingo on Zoom or if they would rather do it on Facebook Live. And then my decision is made based off of what the people in the party picked. Most times I've had Zoom picked, but I have done a couple parties where they're like, no, Facebook Live, we don't want to get on camera. Even though I explain if they're on Zoom, they don't actually have to be on camera. It's just what they prefer. And then the second post that I do the day of the party is asking them, what products do you want to see more of, or what products do you have questions on? This way I know what I'm talking about with my 3 rounds of bingo. So if somebody's like, can you tell me about counter clean? I'm going to make sure I'm talking about counter clean and our other cleaning products at some point or another. Um, and then I just do like my thank you posts. When I do thank you, I'll say thank you to Stephanie. I hope you enjoy your new Scentsy goodies. And I'll post a real life picture of the bigger items. So the warmer, the diffuser, um, if they got a fragrance flower, whatever they ordered. If they just got a whole bunch of bars, I'll take a picture of like a bundle of bars and post that with their thank you, just so people can see what others are ordering. And it's also showing them more real life images versus the catalog. And then at the end of the party, I do one live video and I do like a door prize drawing. So anybody that played bingo gets entered. If they order, they get entered. I have certain posts in the bingo party that they can get like a raffle ticket for. And essentially I'm sending usually a scent circle and some samples. It's nothing giant, nothing that's going to cost me a lot of money, but just thanking them for interacting. And basically I just close up the party, thank them for coming, thanks for interacting, make sure they join my VIP group, any like of those closing details. And then this, I'll post a picture of this, but this is how I track bingo and their points and their numbers, just their names and tally marks. So for bingo, they get 5 numbers just for playing. So my 3 ladies that are here, you automatically have 5 numbers because you're here, you're playing bingo with us. They get 5 numbers for placing an order. So all 3 of you love Scentsy so much, you all placed an order, you now have 10 numbers each. Then they can get a number for commenting on different interactive posts. And in the caption, it says you comment here and get yourself an extra bingo number. If they decide to host their own Scentsy party, they can get more numbers. If they invite a friend who plays bingo with us, they can get more numbers that way. And the same thing for the raffle ticket. So for the raffle ticket, they get a ticket for ordering, they get a ticket for playing bingo, and then I have like 2 posts where if they comment, they get a raffle ticket. So all I do is once they order, I start keeping track of them here. If they don't order but they're interacting, I make it a separate list. And then all of those people get raffle tickets and their check marks are for their interaction or other things that they've done. So does that make sense so far? Okay. The next thing I do, depending on the amount of people there are, is I decide what number range we're going through. So you guys all have 10 numbers. We're going to go 1 through 40. So this is where your pen and paper comes in. You can pick any numbers 1 through 40. They don't have to be in order. They don't have to be consecutive, any numbers 1 through 40. So you want to write them down on a piece of paper or whatever you have with you. That way you know what they are. You can mark them off in a certain way. And then once you pick your 10 numbers, go ahead and type them in the chat just so we can check them and make sure that way. And then obviously if we had more people, I would make that number range bigger. Just less people, I want to use a smaller number range so that bingo doesn't take forever. I don't want to have 3 people and play pick 1 through 75 because that could be some very long bingo games.
I'm sorry, we're choosing 10 numbers between 1 and 40?
10 numbers, 1 and 40, yes.
Thank you.
Because you're all playing and you all placed in order, so that's 10 numbers for you guys.
I'm glad she just asked because I had a number that was over 40. Hard.
Oh, the chat's back on. I had it disabled from school. My bad.
How do you do that?
Wherever your little settings are at the bottom, there should be a chat one.
Oh, Steph and I picked one of the numbers the same.
Which one did you pick, Jen, that we have the same?
19.
Woot woot.
It's one I would have picked too.
Oh, not 19. I lied. 9. My bad. Oh, and 19. We did do 9 and 19. I'm sleeping.
Stephanie, I'm like 1 off in most of your numbers. I'm either 1 ahead or one below you.
Nice.
I'm a slow typer, sorry.
You're fine. Don't worry.
I'm just miking myself and unmuting and muting because my mom's walking around and I don't want it to be all over on the camera. So.
My dog's barking, so I've been doing the same.
So, but that's interesting.
You can chat in a Zoom.
Yeah.
Well, you
That
can in Zoom.
Totally made my day.
Yep.
All right. So now that everybody's numbers are in, we will start round 1 of bingo. To call bingo, I have an app on my phone. It's literally called Bingo Caller. And it looks like this. And I just press the button and it picks the numbers. There are websites you could use to call numbers. You could just use a random number generator. You could use bingo cards. I can't find my bingo cards. Not why I'm not using them. So essentially whatever you have to make it work for you. In order to win bingo, all you have to do is have 5 of your numbers called. Any 5 of your numbers that you chose. You can check them off, mark them off, whatever you want to do, but you'll have to use them for the next game, so make sure they're still legible. You can still read them. So we will begin with round number 1. And our first number is not 1, nope. 30, 30, we have that one, 30. 6, number 6. 1, number 1. 32, 32. Nope, we don't need that. 40, 40. If I'm going too fast or too slow, just tell me. Number 2, number 2. 3, number 3. Nope, nope, nope. Come on, big numbers. We don't need any of those. 11. 60. Oh, just kidding. We don't need that. I was so excited about it. 29. 29. 27. 27. 31. 31. 39. 39. 13. Lucky number 13. 33. 33. 16. Number 16. And remember, you only need 5 numbers for bingo. 19. 19. 22. 22. 9. Number 9.
Bingo.
We have a bingo.
Yay!
One more.
Oh,
Persons.
so
Persons.
all right, Stephanie, what numbers did you have in your bingo?
9, 19, 33, 11, and 3.
Beautiful. And Jen, what numbers did you have?
2, 6, 9, 19, and 31.
Woohoo! All right, congratulations, ladies. At this point, because we are on Zoom and we're not public on Facebook, I'll typically be like, okay, this is your prize. And if I have it, I'll hold it up. Or if it's like a half off or something, I'll be like, you just won a half off product of your choosing, and say, I'll message you later so we can talk about it more, or something along those lines. Then I'll take whatever people mentioned in the comments. So say somebody wanted to learn about the wall fans. I pull out my little wall fan and say, this is really great. It uses the pods, talk about why wall fans are great. And I would also use this. They asked about this, but I'm going to use this as a segue to talk about the Scentsy Goes and also the mini fan the mini fan diffusers. So even though they only asked about one thing, I'm going to show them and talk about the other similar products at the same time, just to give them more options, have them see more things in real life. Then we say, anyone needs a bathroom break, water break, go ahead. We'll start again in a minute. We can keep going. Are you guys ready for round number 2? So if you need to, you can rewrite your numbers, clear. whatever you need to do, and we are ready. We're going to start again with too big of numbers. 7, number 7. 27, 27. 10, number 10. 17, number 17. 35, 35. 30, number 30. 2, number 2. 24, number 24. 23, number 23. 32, number 32. 6, number 6. 20, number 20. 14, number 14. 8, number 8. 26, number 26. 3, number 3. 16, number 16. 11, number 11.
Bingo.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Ooh, look at
I need
you
to go play the lotto tonight. I'm sorry.
Now, what happens if you have a party and the same person like keeps winning every round? Do they still get prizes?
That's a good question.
I've done it if the same person wins multiple rounds. I will start with whatever my first prize I've decided is. If it's the same person that wins round 2, I will make it maybe something smaller, something different. It also depends on if I'm using my hostess rewards or if I'm giving like actual products too. So I kind of play around with it. So like Stephanie won this one, say a body cream was her first prize, maybe I do a scent circle for the second prize. So she's still getting a prize, but it's something smaller and not as much, if that makes sense.
And it's also opposite of what you gave me the first time too. You don't want to give all the same stuff. So that makes a lot of sense too.
Right. And I try for my prizes, if I'm doing like actual product prizes, it's either I have them in hand and it's their scents, maybe they're older scents, they're from the fall and winter, and I want to get rid of them. So even though it's spring and summer, you're still gonna here's a fall and winter room spray. Not so much body scent. Here's a fall and winter room spray. Because you're getting to test the product and maybe you fall in love with this, and when it comes out in the fall, August. Well, I was going to say the month, but then I couldn't remember what month it was. So when this comes out in the fall, now you're like, oh, I already know I love this scent. I need it in other things. So I try and think about it that way, but also by picking different prizes, now I also have a segue to talk about what these other things are. Because if I were to show a room spray as the first prize, Jen's like, oh, what's a room spray? Like, I've never heard of that before. Now I can talk about room sprays, why room sprays are great. And now people are like, oh, like they start thinking about that. It's something they haven't tried. So maybe now it's something they want to try. And then, so we do talk about cleaning products after round number 2, because somebody asked about our counter clean. I'm going to talk about everything. And then we would play round 3. Once we finished round 3, I would talk about the next thing. So the laundry products. Because usually I have questions about the laundry products. People want to know about the washer whiffs because I send them a washer whiff sample in their party packs. So they're either asking me about that or asking about the other products that go with the washer whiffs that they already got a sample of. And then at the end, I just say, thank you for playing. At this point, does anyone else have any questions? Then it's like a Q&A, free flowing. It worked really good with my last party because the hostess had just gotten her whiff box. So she talked about her whiff box. She talked about her favorite products. Other people that have used Scentsy or tried it out talked about their products because we had a couple Scentsy newbies on there. So like they were able to have their own conversation and I kind of was just there. And then I answered questions that they were having in their conversation. And then I just thank everybody and that's it. So do you
That
guys
sounds
have
like
any
a lot of
questions?
fun.
Well, I was thinking, I just wanted to ask the question, do you have a specific order that you like to share the products when you're doing the bingo?
If it is somebody that's never hosted a party for me before, or somebody I don't really know, so I don't know what their level of Scentsy knowledge is, I'll start with our warmers, wax, and diffusers. That will be round one. And I'll show like this is a mini fan, a mini warmer. This is a full size, this is an element. Explain the differences quickly.
Mhm.
I'll show the two different diffusers and talk about those. Generally, my little spiel in between each round is like 2 to 4, maybe 5 minutes, depending on what I'm talking about and how in depth I have to go. With new people, it's a little bit longer versus this last party. There was a couple new people on there, but the things we talked about were what those new people asked for. So in my last party, we talked about the cleaning products, we talked about the wall fan diffusers, and we talked about laundry because that's specifically what they wanted to know. If it's new people and I don't really get any comments of people telling me what they want to know about, I'll do warmers and diffusers. I'll do our cleaning products, and then I'll do our laundry at the end. And then with talking about our laundry or with my prizes, I'll make sure our prizes fall into those other categories. So,
Right.
like the body or the on the go things, a fragrance flower maybe, and kind of make sure I'm touching at everything somehow, some way.
Okay.
Have you ever had someone ask for a product that you didn't have a real life product of?
I have. Somebody wanted to see a the other diffuser, the Fleur,
Oh, the Fleur Gray
right?
diffuser.
That's what it's called. Okay. Wanted to see that diffuser before I actually had it. And I was like, unfortunately, I don't have one yet. Like, it's a new product. I haven't received mine yet. Like, obviously, this was back before it came out. I was like, but I will get some real life pictures. I will find a video, like a real life video of another person that's received theirs already. And I will share those on the party page and tag you. And they're like, okay, that's not a problem. Most people are pretty considerate and seem to understand I'm not going to have every single thing in my home. I don't have a big enough home for that or the budget for that. But most people are pretty okay with it. Like right now, I'm showing the Simply Blessed warmer. And I had 2 people order that from the party because they were like, "Oh wow, that's actually so different than what it looks like in the catalog you sent me." And I'm like, "I agree with you. It's totally different. Like wasn't what I was picturing when it arrived." And I was like, "I actually like it a lot better than how it looks in the catalog." So, I think they're not actually seeing it in real life or touching it or anything, but I think like showing them in person and
Not a product picture where it's
right,
edited and all that stuff.
right. So like you can see how big this actually is by me holding it versus like just a picture of it like this in the catalog. You don't know how big it is, what it like looks like, type of thing.
I have a quick question. So maybe I'm just confused. So is this bingo, is this its own separate party? Like, is it like, does someone have a host and then at the end it's the bingo? Are you trying to catch my drift? Okay.
Yeah.
Or do you just like do it randomly for fun?
Okay, so both. I've done it with an actual party host, like the party I just had where we talked about the cleaning, the laundry, the wall fans. That was an actual party host. And I made the Facebook group, had all of those posts and everything, and we did a Zoom bingo, and it was all of her friends and family that she invited. So it was like a party via Zoom where that's happened. I also do pretty much monthly a customer appreciation bingo in my VIP group. And I won't do all of the posts necessarily like in the mock Facebook group. Just because I'm doing it in my VIP group, I'm not making a separate group for customer appreciation. I'm doing it right in my VIP group. So I'll share like some of those things I'll share, but I'll change it up or say like the post about the cleaning stuff. I'll do some post specifically Johnny Appleseed, or I'll do specifically squeeze the day, or focus on specific things instead of more generic, so that they're seeing things because they're seeing my posts all the time. They know if they're in my VIP group, they know what Scentsy is, they know what most of the products are. And then we'll just pick a night and do bingo whenever that is. And that's usually because I'll tell them like it'll be a mystery hostess, and the hostess rewards will be the bingo prizes, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you.
Of course.
Do you have good luck with doing parties with the bingos?
I have so far. All of my customer appreciation bingos so far have been qualifying, so they've hit at least $200. The actual like parties with hostesses, they've all been over $200. So far I'm doing pretty well. Most of the time, everybody that orders or participates does not show up to the actual bingo. So you might be tracking for 15 people. Say you have 15 people order and comment and interact through the party. You might only have 6 of them actually show up to bingo. So usually I see bingo is a smaller group than those that are actually ordering and participating throughout the entire week in the Facebook group. At least in the parties I've had so far.
So when they don't show up, you just have like, do you choose numbers for them, or do you have them choose beforehand and then
Nope.
you mark them
So
off? Or
if they sorry, husband's fire pager's going off.
okay.
If they don't come to bingo, then they're just not involved in the bingo portion.
Oh, got it.
They'll get like a thank you mailer from me and thanked in the Facebook group or whatever. They just won't be involved in the bingo portion.
Okay.
That makes more sense. I really thought you played, because I've been out of the loop for like a week. I really thought you played bingo with bingo cards.
I have done it with bingo cards, and I've done it 2 ways with the physical bingo cards, or I've done it 3 ways with the physical bingo cards. If I'm mailing the bingo cards, then it's almost becomes like a 2-week party, because then I have to for sure make sure they're mailed out before the night of bingo. If we're doing the bingo cards, I bought off of Amazon a stack of bingo cards, and I ripped them apart and I took pictures, and then I'll send like each picture of the bingo card to the people. That's more work for us. But it can be done. There's also a bingo, myfreebingocards.com. And that you can send out free bingo cards to people. The free version of that, though, you cannot guarantee that everyone has a different card. There is an option, a $10 option, where you get like 100 cards and you send them out to people, but it guarantees that every card is different. I have done both ways, and the feedback I've gotten from some of my VIPs and party hosts is that the pick a number is easier, because say you have to run out and you forget about bingo, and you can get onto Zoom or Facebook Live and do bingo right on your phone without your cards. So what they've told me is they like it better, where they don't have to think, they don't have to not lose their bingo cards. They can just get on, they can play, and they don't have to worry. So you could totally try both ways and see which way your customers, VIPs, party hosts, whoever you do this with, like it better. But I think it's easier just having them pick the numbers than having to stress about the whole bingo card situation.
It's almost more fun because no numbers are going to be well. Can't say no numbers will be the same because me and Steph had the same numbers.
Right.
But Steph's been in my head for a couple of days, so there's
Do
that.
you promote bingo in your VIP group? Like, is it a thing where you have to do it privately, or could you do it like publicly? Like, hey, I'm hosting a bingo night, or like,
So
I don't know.
because anybody can play, I'm pretty sure it's not out of compliance to post in your VIP group, hey, we're having customer appreciation bingo on this date at this time. Everybody gets 5 numbers to join. They don't have to do anything to join to play bingo. They can show up and they automatically get their 5 numbers. Like in the bingo party with my little graphic, like if you order, you get 5 extra. If you do this, you get this. I do have the graphic that I post in my Facebook groups. But if it's in my VIP group, I tend to send that graphic in a message to anyone that comments and is like, yes, I'm in, I can't wait. And to be like, here are your ways to get your extra bingo numbers. Here's the mystery hostess shopping link. I don't know if it's necessarily out of compliance to not do it in a message, because they're not paying to play. They don't have to spend any money to get numbers. But I just tend to do it in a message because then it becomes like an extra talking point for me and that person.
Thank you.
Hi, Alex. Any other questions? No? All right, I'm going to stop our recording.